that tripod's getting what you'd call is whopped out. Yeah.
Call that a whopped out gal, dude.
Welcome back. We're the Bourbon Junkies. This is another pour.
Boom.
I'm shocked that glass stood up.
And another clank, dude.
Shout out to Agent Orr for that.
Shout out,
glass.
dude. Always shout out to Agent
That
Orr.
was so loud.
This is our 100K glass they sent us too. On the bottom it says Bourbon Junkies 100,000 subscribers, January 2023.
I'm going to have some of this.
Which is super cool. Oh, I just hit something.
January 2023?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
We
hit
have not gained like any subscribers.
She's slow rolling, dude.
Yeah. Hey, if you're here,
If you want to do YouTube
like,
shorts,
comment, subscribe.
we could put on some real subs, I'd
We
imagine.
could, but then it's like,
What am I? I've tried to pour this 3 times and I keep stopping and it's like, what are you doing here,
subs
Chief?
are great, but it doesn't really translate sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I
We've
mean,
had that
listen,
conversation.
things are going the best they've ever gone, and the subscriber count's not the fastest it's ever grown. So.
That's true. All right. I got to lead off because this one's hot.
All right, dude. Welcome. Real quick, before we get into story time, really quick, we have bottle share bags available on bourbonjunk.com/shop. We've got Bourbon Junkies BJ hats on bourbonjunk.com/shop. Those are fulfilled by our partner exclusive, and they will get to you very quickly. It's not a pre-order. It's nothing like that. So if you want to go check those out, the bottle share bag will carry 6 bottles. It'll carry a 30-pack, a rack of beer.
Oh, it definitely
a Busch lattes.
Yeah.
It will also carry 4 bottles and then 6 glasses of your choosing.
So what I do is normally I'll do 4 bottles.
Yeah.
My little travel cigar holder fits in one sleeve.
Yeah.
And then I'll do
a good
glasses
idea.
on the other one, and then I have all the accessories up top.
Sure.
So when you flip it open, you just unzip the top.
I like that.
Lighter and shit right there.
Yep.
Works great.
That's a move. But needless to say, those are available. The V2 is what is up currently. So if you order one, it's the one that we, double stitching on the side.
Yep.
They're built to not fall apart. And we hope you guys love them. We love them. We use them constantly.
Yeah.
So we've got great feedback on the people who have them. So.
One of mine recently flooded in my basement. Dried out perfectly.
It's
Still
heavy
trucking,
canvas. Yeah, she's
Still
good.
trucking.
All right. Moving on.
So
Back to the Rad S3 as we now
Rad
call it.
S3. Yeah. So take it to the dealership.
Sean has a ratted out RS3 for those that don't know.
It perpetually has a check engine light on for rear O2 sensor.
Yep.
I've gone there like 5 times.
When you say perpetually, you mean about a year now.
Yeah, I have told them, I go, it is not the O2 sensor. There's something wrong with the electrical.
Sure.
I keep getting weird things in my headlights. Like, will you look at the electrical? No. The last one was, we went in, they said, the tech that installed the last O2 sensor, we don't think cleared the codes. So we're just going to clear them and send you on your way. And I go, okay.
Love driving to Bay City.
Yep, it's
fun.
45 minutes
Yeah,
away.
it's so much fun.
I've cleared them personally 4 times at least. The techs have cleared it
Probably every time you've been there,
Yeah,
honestly.
they've cleared those codes out.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's not, okay, whatever. So of course it came right back on.
Yeah.
I call and leave a message and say, hey, the light's back on. Nothing that yesterday.
Sure.
Didn't call me back. So today I get called and, hey, we see your car was in for service. I just wanted to touch base and see how everything went.
There's no way they're calling for basically a survey.
Well, let me tell you
Oh
what.
my gosh,
I go,
dude.
we're like,
They don't get it.
I go,
Dude.
well, you guys didn't fix anything and sent me on my way, so I've got to call back. I already left a message to service another, get another service in, which, by the way, another month out. Of course.
You're like, at this point, keep the car forever.
She
Give me
goes,
money.
Well,
This was today.
This
This
today.
phone call was actually today.
And I will tell you, there was a too stunned to speak moment in there for me because she goes, well, the techs were asking, have you done any exhaust modifications?
Okay.
I go, no.
Not a single one.
I go, you have to unbolt the subframe to do a downpipe. I'm not going to do that.
Yep.
Everything else is stock. I mean, you guys...
Turbo stock, everything's
You
stock.
can look
Manifold.
at the muffler itself literally just says RS on the bottom. It is the factory everything on that car. She goes, yeah, it's it's really loud. I go, what?
It's a Rad S3.
I go,
Of course it's
I was
loud.
like, yeah, it's stock. In my mind, I'm thinking,
It's not that loud.
it's really not. They sell a louder exhaust,
Yeah.
a sport version of that exhaust.
Yeah.
So
it was
I'm
a
just-
little louder than my S4,
And
I
I was
would
like,
say.
okay. She's like, yeah, you might have a blown out cat. I go, definitely don't. Definitely don't. So I go back and I go, I was like, I just got some follow-up questions.
This is how we're troubleshooting now?
What are we comparing my car loud to? I had to look it up.
An A3.
Do you know how many RS3s are basically in the United States in circulation?
Not a lot.
If you had to throw out a number.
I mean, I would guess ever, like every year, tens of thousands.
2017 up to maybe 2023.
Tens of
2023,
thousands.
they launched 300.
What?
What's up?
Oh, so thousands.
Oh, buddy.
Over all those years.
We don't know, but in the 2018, which my model year is, there's about 1,000 of them.
Okay.
In totality,
so tops,
somewhere
there would be
between
10,000
2 to 4,000 of these cars.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how many have we worked on?
Right,
here?
sure.
Like, what are we comparing?
Especially where we live.
You know, Tony's got an S3 and he thinks that's loud. And I'll be like, Tony can eat a dick.
Right.
Fix my fucking car.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so mad. So now
we're troubleshooting by just guessing.
By noise.
By guessing.
And you know what? Put a fucking
it's kind of loud.
A fucking sensor in the tailpipe and see if it's got a good air fuel ratio or test the emissions. We'll find out a lot faster because when they go, yeah, new cat's gonna be about $3,800. I'm gonna be like, you can eat a dick.
Yeah.
I hate this place.
So if anyone, my Golf R was louder than your RS3,
1,000%,
without a doubt.
Yep.
And it did have an aftermarket exhaust, but it was like a nice. It wasn't like a blown out loud. It was like it's just upgraded it. You know, different.
I'm waiting to hear back. I'm hoping she'll call during this podcast and
also,
tell
hold
me.
on, your car has been the same. Well, how many miles when you bought it did it have on it?
20.
Okay, so new car still 20,000 still a new car.
Yep.
Your car sounded the same at 20,000 miles as it's got 40 or 50 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 50, we'll say.
So I'm just going to
So there's not, clearly it's not. Because there's never been a 20,000 mile blown out cat ever, not in history.
Well, the tech that she assured me no longer works there is also the one that told me I need an oil pan gasket. I went,
for fuck's sake, dude.
I'm not going to
I think you need to find a new dealer and just make a trip.
The problem is I have all the fucking time in on this one.
Of course, yeah.
So I'm going to have to restart with another dealership.
I know, but I almost think that restarting is almost like is pre-check at TSA at this point.
Their body
You're
shop
skipping
is the one
a line.
that did all of it.
Dude, yeah, I'm aware.
Which is wild to me that they're not going to be like, maybe there is something with the electrical.
Yeah.
You've had some weird issues
you
going on.
hit a fucking deer pretty hard. Coming to find out.
I'm going to buy a fucking...
we changed the ECU, dude.
Yeah. Because, they blew that up somehow. I forgot about that.
Oh, this is the thing. Like, I think that we're there's a turning point where there is no longer worth trips to Bay City, and probably is worth trips to wherever the fuck else, anywhere. Fuck a dealer, dude.
Yeah.
You just find a fucking German service center. Like, fuck a dealer. You're not under warranty anymore, right?
Well, I don't know what my warranty was. I don't know if it was 30,000 or 50,000.
Because
this started well before 50,000.
Yes, it did.
And we have documentation through that dealership to prove it.
Yeah.
So if they're going to be like, hey, it's this, and we're like, hey, what's my warranty options here?
There's for sure some area in which, if it's not going to be covered under warranty, I'm never going there again type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I'm going to put in an aftermarket one. Hey, while you're down there, put the cooler one in, and I'll deal with the air codes.
I mean, I had better luck getting my oil changed at Valvoline than you've had at the Audi dealer with my S4.
Yeah.
And they didn't even bolt my fucking underbody panel back on, and I hit that bitch at speed. I mean, it was on the highway. And I still wasn't as mad as you've been at the actual dealer. Like, dude, I almost bought a Wolfsburg Jetta from them back in high school. That was like my dream car. And I was looking at 1.8 liter turbos, which I ended up obviously owning for a long time. And I was looking at 1.8 liter turbo Jettas. My dad took me over there so we could test drive one. And they had a Wolfsburg edition. And I was like, that's the one. My dad goes, how much for that one?
What was it?
12.
Oh.
And for a high schooler,
that seems free right now, though.
Now it does.
Holy shit.
For your high school child who's going to inevitably ram it into shit, 12's a lot. 12's not a beater. You know what I mean? Especially that was 20 years ago, however long it's been.
Well, yeah.
15, 18?
2000 and probably 5 or 6 when you were getting there.
Yeah, probably 5. Yeah. So almost 20 years ago. So cars were cheaper also back then, right? So
oh my God. 12,000?
Yeah. 12 grand.
That done 18 years does not seem that long on how much like cars have come up.
Yeah. Oh, dude, a Jetta now for 12? That's a high mileage Jetta.
180,000 miles on that baby right now.
Dude, but here's the thing. We get in that car at the dealer. We go, hey, can we test drive it? And the Wolfsburg's like, and listen, it is a 1.8 liter turbo. It's got like 200 horsepower. But it's a manual, right? Yeah. And we get in it, and my dad has to drive it. They won't let me drive it.
No.
So my dad's like,
I
all
knew
right,
what
get
you
it.
looked like in high school.
Well, the cool part with my dad, yeah, fair. The cool part with my dad driving it is they're like, we don't care if we come with you. You're 40.
Yeah.
Right? We get in it, and you know the road, obviously. The dealer's on very busy road. Main road through Bay City, basically.
Yep.
My dad pulls out, loads up the clutch, and dumps it. Does a burnout all the way in front of the dealership out of the parking lot. And I just start dying laughing. And all I could think was, we're getting in so much trouble as soon as we get back. But I'm not driving.
Yeah.
And then we switched, and I didn't do a burnout. And I'm like, they should have let me. You're an irresponsible 40-year-old.
Yeah.
You're actually 18.
Oh, at heart, your dad has always been a child.
And he just starts laughing so hard. I was just like, they're so pissed right now. I can't imagine working at a dealership and being like, motherfucker, dude. Somebody just, it's not even that cool of a car, like in reality.
Because I almost bought an A4.
Yeah.
And I went and test drove one from them. And I was like, man, this is boring.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
A4s were better than the A4 was the same as my Jetta. It had all-wheel drive, had quattro. How about the fact that the A4 had a better all-wheel drive system than your Rad S3? How crazy is that?
It doesn't.
It did.
No, it doesn't.
They still do, I think.
Doesn't.
A4s still have quattro, and you have what my Golf R had.
Yeah,
which is fucking wild.
It's
dude.
great.
Haldex is fine. It's just not real all-wheel drive.
Why I get
crazy.
That great gas mileage.
So that's even crazier to think about. My S4 like shit on your gas mileage.
Like 2 miles a
Bigger
gallon.
car.
Yep.
I got in the 30s when we drove to Kentucky once. You've never even seen the 3 number unless it had a 2 in front of it. I drove all the way to Kentucky at like what we ended up like 31, 32 miles per gallon on that trip.
I usually get like 28 on the highway.
That I have real all-wheel drive. My car's bigger than yours.
Yep.
Weighs more than yours.
Mine went faster.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Right into a deer and electrical problems. So anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so
I want to buy a Rad S3.
Dude, just don't Carfax it. You know what I mean? If you don't get the Fox out, it looks great, except the minor lawnmower incident.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, buddy. It's a real Rad S3. We are trending.
It's got a little paint scuff.
We're trending in a direction, though.
It's fine.
Listen, that's okay.
You know what? Eventually, some high school kid is going to own that for like 20 grand, right? And he's going to launch it into something.
Dude, that is not a high schooler car. That
You don't
is
think
not.
so?
No one shouldn't be.
What? No, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I remember launching the S4 after I tuned it. How good that felt.
Yeah.
High schoolers shouldn't own cars like that.
No.
It's like
We've had this
terrifying. It's
conversation.
jolting. So, and speaking of crashing your car into shit, I crashed my car into something.
Oh,
Yeah.
what'd you do?
I just backed her up into something, dude, that was not moving.
Was it a large stationary object?
No, it was a Chrysler 200.
Oh, no.
Dude. Okay, so Holden's got
Are
to
we
go to
talking
football practice
Overlander
8 days a
or-
week. No.
You did it in Ricky's car.
No, I did. No, yeah, we did it in the 4Runner.
Okay.
Yeah, we fucked the 4Runner up. And I don't often hit shit, like almost ever.
I usually
Knock
try
on wood.
not to.
Well,
Record's a little spotty
our records
from
are
time to time.
My record's better than your record, as of late, I'll say. And through high school probably wasn't, but now. So
Yeah.
I go. Holden's got to go to football 17 days a week for 7 hours a day. Like
Yeah.
this is his current
Kid's
schedule.
gonna be
It's a
jacked,
fucking nightmare. Like from a getting shit done as a family perspective, it's just ruining everything. So anyways, he goes to football 4 nights a week, 2 hours a night. He's in 3rd grade. It literally doesn't make sense. But that's not what is important. What's important is I take him to football. I get to hang out with Garrett. That part's fun. I enjoy that part.
Is he still enjoying football?
Holden?
Yeah.
He hated it.
He hated it?
Hated it.
Why?
All he's played is flag football. There's like no contact.
Oh, yeah.
This is very like a leap into run into that kid.
Yeah, they're
hard
gonna
as you
hit you now.
can.
Yeah.
And like it won't make sense because it doesn't seem correct.
We're going to cheer if you make him cry.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little different.
And Holden has like the biggest heart of all time.
Yep.
Like we got back in the car, he goes, "Why would you want to hit somebody?" And I go, "Well, listen, there's a time and place where you're gonna want to.
Yeah.
And this is the time and place where you're allowed to. So there is a perspective that you need here if you want to continue to do it. If you don't, you don't have to.
I just realized the framing on that camera should be about 2 more feet to the left.
And
but
it's too late.
we're going to live with it.
It's what's done is if you're listening, you don't even care.
Yeah, what's done is done.
So I go take Holden to football like I do 4 nights a week. Like I do for 8 hours of my week. And if you don't count driving or late practices. So anyways, so I take him to football. There's a little country corner store right next to that place, the high school, and they have pizza. And I hadn't eaten, and so I was like, I drop him off. I said, I'm gonna go grab some pizza. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Right? It's literally not a mile away because you know what I'm talking about. Where it's at.
There.
Yeah. We used to for lunch in high school. So I go over there. They've changed their parking lot because they put that stupid, very
Big
pretty,
divider.
stupid divider in. Gorgeous, dumb, right? So I pull around. The parking spots are all slanted now instead of straight, which is whatever. So I pull around the thing, and I pull in. I go, I'm going to back into a slant, and I'll just pull out because it's basically on the road, and I can see better. There's a car, open spot, and then a car park straight instead of at a slant. Well, the car parked straight is the employee of the business.
Yep.
The cars parked at a slant are patrons of the said business. The first Tahoe, the Tahoe that was next to the spot I'm going to pull back into, starts pulling out as I'm backing in. Like, you can't wait just a sec, you know, whatever.
Give me 2
So
seconds.
I'm backing in, and I see them moving out of my mirror. So I immediately look over, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to make sure that I'm out of their way because they don't give a fuck that I'm here.
Clearly.
So I'm backing in, and I just hear my window's down. I hear, and I'm fuck, dude. Immediately, I'm fucking pissed. My heart, and I know I didn't hit them because I'm watching them.
Yep.
And I just fucking immediately brake, put it in drive, pull out, and hear like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I pull out, and I'm like, what the fuck did I even hit though?
You got to sit there for like 2 to 3 seconds and just.
Oh, dude. I was
Let the
immediately like,
rage
oh, I fucked
really
up.
build.
Oh,
Yeah.
I fucked up. And that pisses me off that I fucked up. I look in my left mirror, Chrysler 200, a little fucked up.
Yeah.
Because Chrysler 200 versus Toyota 400 isn't like the match made in heaven.
I'm less mad if if that Chrysler would hit you, you'd probably be less mad.
I wouldn't have given 2 shits.
Yeah, I've been like, fuck, man, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I know in my heart of hearts, I did not cause this.
Yep. And we know, because we had friends that did this, the people that work at that store are high schoolers.
Oh, yeah.
They're
100%.
kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to fuck somebody's shit up, right?
You done did it.
And if it was another adult, it's like, in theory, you should be able to afford your insurance.
Hey, man, we
policy.
got insurance. Yeah, let's figure this out.
So I'm sitting there and I pull around. I just fucking pull around in the grass. I'm like, fuck this parking lot. You know what I mean? I'm done. I'm not even legally parking anymore. I don't care.
Yep.
Pull around. I'm parked in the grass out in like kind of in the field next to it. And I'm just looking at my bumper and I'm like, motherfucker. It's all like scuffed. It's just scuffed. And I walk over
scuffed.
to the Chrysler 200 and I'm like, it just punched his bumper in. It looks like somebody hit it with a football helmet, like just head on. And then it's...
You have a hitch on, or?
I don't know. Hey, really quick, Toyota, how about a fucking beep, dude? No beeps.
You don't have no backup sensor?
It does.
Oh.
No fucking beeps. I've got backup sensors that if I'm backing out and a car's coming, it beeps and tells me a car's coming.
Yeah.
Hey, where's the beeps though?
Mine auto applies the brakes, the rear assisted braking.
I would have loved that.
That is one of the most jarring things to ever
It is.
feel.
Yours, they smashed the brakes.
I was backing out one time in at B-dubs.
Yeah.
And you know the drive that goes around at the mall there? There was a car coming down there. The car thought they were close enough that I was going to hit them, so it just...
It slams
like,
the brakes,
just looking at me. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, mine and yours had that same system, and it is the most aggressive panic brake.
Yeah.
It is if you 2-footed at full force.
Yes.
While moving.
One F1 driver.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Full brake.
Those cars, no, you know what? Here's what I'll say. I would have appreciated that by Toyota.
It would have been jarring.
I'd have loved it. But
probably
you know what?
wouldn't
It would have been free, you know? It would have been, I already fucking paid for the car. So I hit him. I go in. I got to do the right. Listen, there's no cameras on there. No. Nobody saw it. Yeah. And I'm like, it's a high school. I got to go be a respectful, normal human being, a part of society now, which I didn't want to be, but I have to. And so I go in and I look at and it is of course it's a high schooler. And I go, there were 2 people working. And I'm like, whose Chrysler is that out there? And the kid goes, that's mine. And I go,
I got bad news for you, bucko.
Said, well, buddy, I'm very sorry. I backed into your car. And he goes, shit. I was like, and I go, if you want to come out and look at, I go, I'll do whatever you want to do, And he comes out and he goes, I don't really know what to do. And I go, okay, well, normally in this situation, You would
We
call the cops. The cops come. They'll write a
They
report
will
up.
beat me with a bat.
Yeah.
Take me to jail.
Hopefully not. And cops in Midland seem to love me. So I was like, we normally would call the cops, file a police report, and then if you claim it on insurance, you'd have the police report to show that it, whatever.
You're not at fault.
We're in a no-fault state in a parking lot, but
yeah.
come to find out, he wrote me a little thing that I have a complaint number for the fucking insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
because they want your insurance to pay for the dedeductible.
Sure.
More than like,
Be my
you're at
guest.
fault.
Yeah.
That's usually what it is. They just go after deductibles.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And so, he goes, okay, well, he's like, well, this car's in my dad's name. And I'm like, okay, I go, I can talk to your dad too. I swear to God, dude, this kid's dad was like, you could tell he was immediately so fucking pissed.
Oh yeah.
So he calls his dad and he goes, hey dad, somebody backed into my car in the parking lot. And I hear his dad go, did he run? And he goes, no, he's standing right here.
No.
And I was like, hey bitch, I'm trying to be a good fucking person. First off, fuck you.
Put him on speakerphone. Hey, stronger than you.
Yeah. So, dude, come to find out, I call the cop and I say, hey, this happened. He goes, nobody's fucking hurt, obviously. Mm-hmm. The cop gets there. Here's the thing. This is the thing that
I just
really
want the cop to back into this car
yeah,
now. Like,
yeah. Oh. So this is what sent me over the edge. The kid was, and I found out why I hit him because I'm like, dude, when I looked, I'm like, I'm in the lines even. Like, how has this happened? Because the kid was parked straight. The whole rear quarter panel of his car was over the slant.
Yep.
If he would have parked slanted, this would have never. And I'm like, the only part of his car that was scuffed was the only part over the line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that fucking pisses me off. Oh, that actually makes me mad because I didn't even fuck up. I fucked up by not seeing the car. You fucked up by parking over a spot. So then the cop got there and he looked at it and I was like, somebody was backing out. I was watching them. I bumped into him. I was in the lines. Unfortunately, that's just over the line. I don't know what the cop comes out and he just goes, hey, man, here's your complaint number for your insurance company if you want to make that claim. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck's at fault anymore. The kid got the exact same thing I did.
Whose side are we on, sir? And he goes, I don't fucking care.
Dude, it was great. I think we both got in trouble.
You got a check engine light on, though?
Never. It's a Toyota.
Sounds like
it's
you
a Toyota.
Yeah.
Buddy, I could drive that thing over your car, back into it, drive under it.
Wish you would.
And it still wouldn't have a check engine light.
You know what? Wish you would. Now, the last time I was in that store, we'll call it like 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. Something like upper 20s.
Yeah.
I rolled in during lunch, right?
They have
went in
good
to get
pizza.
some pizza.
Yeah.
Guy looks at me and goes, hey, limit to 3 kids in here at a time. I looked at him and go, I'm 28 or whatever. And I go,
wait,
I would love a
what?
slice of pizza though.
Oh, because high schoolers are stealing shit?
Yeah, so they limited the amount of kids that can
so
be
they
in there.
can watch
and
them.
the kid thought I was a high schooler.
Oh.
And he goes, limit 3 kids at a time. And I'm pretty sure it's 28 because I was like, I'm 28.
I'm almost 30.
But I would still love some pizza.
Yeah. Their pizza is so good, dude. It's still, they sold that. Different person owns it now.
Yeah.
They redid the inside a little bit. Pizza's still so good. Yeah. It's still so good. Country pizza
Oh, yeah.
might rival some real shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it's fantastic.
It might rival some actual real shit. The pizza down the road, solid.
Yeah.
That pizza, solid. Both out in the middle of nowhere.
The saddest pizza I've got was the last pizza I got there in a while because I got a slice and the girl goes, oh, it's not warm. I was like,
was it the high school or by here?
By here.
Okay.
And I was like, oh. She goes, oh, I'm so sorry. We forgot to turn the heater on. So it was like a little.
Are you kidding?
Cold.
Oh, that's
but
not
it wasn't that old of a pizza. It was still a full pizza.
Damn.
And I was like,
that's
still
a bummer.
Still gonna eat that.
You know what the cool thing by the high school is? Now what they do, that pizza's been out for 2-3 hours. $1.
Oh.
$1 a slice.
Send it.
That's the move. Everybody needs to adopt this
100%.
methodology.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the fucking greatest.
Yeah, I frequented there a lot in high school.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
We lived there at lunch.
Yeah,
we just walk over, drive over.
Well, I mean, it literally was, 200 yards from the parking lot.
I ate 400.
And it was no off-premise lunches for a while. And we went, okay.
Yeah.
And
we could still go there, yeah.
Got our pizza and came back.
Dude, I ate 250 jelly-filled sugar cookies from there. During lunch.
I bet you did.
They used to have them. They were like 50 cents. And I'm like, you can give me a baker's dozen. And I'll eat them right here. I'm not taking them fucking nowhere. I loved that place,
also,
dude.
here I
should be 800
I left her
pounds.
uncovered for you so you can see my battle wound.
Yeah.
I'm
dropping shit on your shin.
No, it shot in my
Same
shin.
shit, different day.
So my brother, we often call each other for help because that's the normal thing. And I would say I'm undefeated in the fact that every time I help him, I get hurt.
And you and your brother are the exact same size.
Yeah.
Somehow.
So I told the guy we were picking up a wood stove, and it was a big boy wood stove. So it had like this big blower motor on the back, like it's a full cast, like
steel, iron, whatever.
And then it's got aluminum on the outside.
So it's a
like
wood fucking
it's
stove.
a big boy.
Yeah. Wood stoves cannot be light.
So he backed the trailer up, and it was on aluminum frame with some casters on it. Like it was a pretty nice one. I was like, here, we'll just pick it up, and then we'll just push it back onto the trailer. It'd be real easy. And it was a 1, 2, 3. And on 3, what happened is it just shot that thing out at Mach Jesus. And my shin was the only thing in the way.
Oh, dude.
And I just sat there silently, just going.
A shin shot is among the worst things. It is.
Ooh. And it was like a nice square aluminum frame.
Yeah.
And it really just got all the shin.
A shin shot really feels like
Probably
the
could
worst
have used
pain.
about 2 to 3 stitches.
Nah, that'll fucking heal.
Buddy, that's been 2
that'll
weeks.
heal.
It's so
Yeah,
it was
that'll be
so
fine.
deep.
It'll be a nice scar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabby goes, we pay for insurance. I go, eh.
Yeah, fuck it.
It'll be
Stitches
fine.
are lame,
Yeah, but the
dude.
problem
Unless you
is it's-
really need them.
Yeah,
Then they're
if
cool.
it's like face or something.
or it's wide open. Like,
Yeah.
like Luna's knee was wide.
You know, like when I blew up my back and I should have had those stitches.
Yeah.
Didn't have health insurance.
See,
then.
that
You know?
that would have been a Stitches moment.
Yeah,
that would have made
100%.
sense. Some shit's like, it'll fix it. Listen, if I don't get it infected, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just, bled for a while. I got back to my brother's. And thankfully, I still have that Costco-sized box of Band-Aids in my car. So you just put peroxide on there.
My gosh.
Slap a Band-Aid on it. We're good
Band-Aids
to go.
in your car?
Yeah.
Keep a whole first aid kit in your car?
Yeah.
Why?
I hurt myself a lot at Virtue.
My gosh, dude.
Like,
Why don't you just keep it at Virtue then?
because I
We
don't
probably
know.
should buy shit and leave it.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I never thought
That's
about
what the Band-Aids
that.
were for. With
Yeah,
Virtue.
that makes sense.
And it's just never left my
Wow,
car.
I've never thought about
Used
that.
it a lot. Just on stupid shit. Like normally I'll the last one was it's gone away, but there's like a callus right there from I went up to close the ladder and my finger was just on the inside of that like 20 footer. So it was like a mechanical advantage and I went and it just ripped that entire section from there to there just wide open.
What the fuck is in a first aid kit? Band-Aids
gauze,
outside of that. What's
tape.
gauze for? To keep water out.
No.
What's it for?
Like gauze, or like if you have like a good size like wound, you can clean it and then you apply pressure with the gauze and then you like tape it.
What the fuck is the
It's
gauze?
just a big bandage, basically. So
What,
you know
what is that goo shit? The clear. It's like Vaseline, basically. Is that not gauze?
No, gauze.
Is gauze the rolled
gauze are like
up shit?
it would be like on a roll normally, or like just big square. Like the
Oh yeah, that's like the white
the
shit they put
absorbent
in your
part of a
mouth
Band-Aid.
even. Yeah.
That would be a gauze.
Okay.
So like that stuff, that's what you apply pressure with, and then you can close a wound with.
I haven't seen a first aid kit. I'm
we
just starting
should
to
definitely
realize
get one.
this. I'm starting to realize that I just let shit be open. It's crazy we live as long as we do. Do you know what I mean?
No, I use Band-Aids.
Yeah, I haven't fucking seen a Band-Aid in.
I don't know how
Luna
many
likes to put them all over our house.
I went through while working on Virtue, painting somehow. Very dangerous.
I don't put a Band-Aid on for anything.
Oh, I do.
That's interesting.
Well, because I was still like painting and stuff
Sure,
like that.
yeah, I
so it
still
was like you
wouldn't
throw a little
have.
paint thinner in a cut.
Yeah.
Ooh, doesn't feel
for
great.
sure.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Or I don't really want to spray paint into the cut.
My mom told me, again,
Excited
how
for
we
this.
live so long is crazy.
Very excited.
My mother told me that when she used to have poison ivy, she'd pop the blisters and put bleach in them.
Oh my God.
Because it would dry it out.
Yeah.
I
She's
go,
not wrong.
"Yeah, of course it would, Ma. It also would kill you.
Doesn't sound very healthy.
Yeah, oh, buddy. I mean, you're putting bleach in an open fucking wound.
When's this going up? Now?
Friday.
Our
2 days.
our Liquid IV discounts 30% until September 4th.
Yeah.
So,
and they launched a
Bourbon
new
Junkies.
kids one.
Yeah.
And Holden's in love with them.
I was going to ask. Yeah. Liked it?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I saw the flavors were different too. They had
Yeah.
like banana and
Cotton
stuff.
candy one's good. For real good. I drank one.
So if your kids want some Liquid IV, there you go.
Or if you're an adult. So what the kid
Yeah.
ones only have 5 grams of sugar in, which is cool.
Yep.
And then
It's just lower doses on everything.
they're just so the packs are a little smaller.
Yeah.
And then all they have in them is that 5 grams of sugar, vitamins, and electrolytes.
Yeah.
And it's like, honestly, instead of like a Gatorade for
I was
real,
going to say, yeah,
it's
you
just
can
better.
take that for like football practice. Chuck that in there for them.
Because it's just not full of other shit.
Yeah.
So the cotton candy one, I drank the cotton candy one yesterday because he wanted to taste 2 of them. So I gave him one for practice and then had a cotton candy one. Did you get one of those?
So good. Yeah. Adam
got
me
you one? Adam got a lot.
They went to 2 different places.
Adam got a lot.
Yeah.
I was with Franchi. Franchi's out in Maryland.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. And so I was with
Franchi,
and Franchi just shows me a picture of 5 bags of those.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, damn.
And today I go, hey, was I still able to get one of those?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So like, thank you.
Yeah, that's super cool. That's phenomenal.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to have to put it at my house and hide it.
Yeah, I'm going to put that in the house now that you have one because I'm not sharing that one with you anymore.
That's rude.
I don't have a way to get another one. You have one.
Some of us paid for ours, so you can pay for half of mine, and then you can have that one.
Oh, no. That's not how it works.
Well, I will take my half of that bottle.
Yeah.
Today.
And then what?
Today.
Then
you can have the rest of it.
And then what?
And then I have mine.
Was that Michter's 10?
That was a gift
Bitch.
to me.
No, I fucking hate you,
Zach
dude.
said you can have that.
Zach said
he didn't say it was for
share
the
this
channel.
with Dan.
You know what?
Zach texted me and told me some really interesting things about that Michter's 10.
I bet he did.
It's phenomenal whiskey.
I had a conversation about it with him.
Phenomenal
as well.
whiskey. So I'm going through and editing the trip video.
Yeah.
To Barrel King.
Yep.
Dude, like reliving that a little bit just through video because we don't film most of our trips.
No, we don't.
And
we got one coming up that we need to.
We will have to film that.
When do we fly out for that?
I don't know. Next Tuesday.
Is it? It's okay. Yeah. So it's the
day after Labor Day.
4th,
6th.
6th. Yeah. 6th.
I don't know
come back
when.
the 8th.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not Delta, is it?
United.
Okay.
Oh, buddy. Delta can take their fucking flight times and shove them up their ass.
Well, to get down there, it's
Holy
usually like
shit.
6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
We had to come back on. This was the problem. Going out there on Delta was pretty fine. Coming back's like, you wanted to leave at 4:45 a.m.? No. I
didn't.
fucking don't.
Yeah.
And nobody does, and you know that. So stop putting that up as the only option.
The pilot. Oh, there's a huge thing going on with pilots. Apparently, they're looking into like 5,000 like different pilots that might not be cleared to fly.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
That seems like a huge problem.
I need to I
what
have that up
airline
still,
is this?
all across all of them.
Why are they not allowed to?
I think they were burying psychological things like reports in their
Excuse me?
profiles. I need to go back. Philip DeFranco just was talking about this.
You know what I'd love?
Don't take me
A
at
very
all this
stable
yet,
pilot.
but Philip DeFranco usually doesn't throw like super clickbaity
Yeah.
things in there. So
Not conspiracy theory
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
If he does, he'll say this is
Yeah.
He's very.
Even
He's
he
the
correct
best.
himself even on the LTT stuff. They're still talking about that.
Oh, that's a big deal.
It's still going.
Buddy, when one of those things comes out, okay, Linus Tech Tips fucked up and was lying about reviews. It's TLDR.
Yeah, so they are probably the biggest tech
oh yeah, and it's not
channel on
close.
YouTube. It's like 12 million,
700
13 million
employees.
Yeah, like it's a giant. They have I don't know.
It's a
how many-
corporation.
Yes.
In every
10
sense of the
different
word.
channels. They're putting out content 7 days a week.
Millions of dollars a year.
Everyone said that apparently it's kind of like slave labor.
He's a fibber.
and
he's a fibber.
They were not great at fact checking. They
They were not
definitely editing, self-editing content to make
So
content.
can I tell you something about that is like, should it piss us off? Because I do think it should, but I don't feel like Top Gear got in trouble for the Tesla shit.
And
they did the same thing. They got a Tesla before Tesla was like
okay.
Today.
Was it still Top Gear then?
It was still Top Gear.
Okay.
So this is back like early Tesla days. Like for real, like make or break Tesla days, right?
7 years ago, probably.
Ooh, I bet
Before
10.
that?
I bet, yeah.
10?
I bet
Okay.
a long time ago. So they got a Tesla vehicle.
Okay.
And then they made an episode around it because it was a big deal because it was like one of the earlier electric cars from a company
Didn't
that
they
was only
complain
doing
about
electric.
the battery life?
They left it
had
on
like
the
3 of them.
road because they were like, oh, it does 100 miles, whatever. That's a hypothetical number. Does 100 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, we drove it 30 and it's dead. And they're it's filmed on a road. They get out, leave it. It's dead. It was dog shit. It was blah, blah, blah. They say like very down on it, hard on it. Tesla techs got it back and go, wasn't dead. And this all came out in the news.
I don't remember this.
That they faked it. And Jeremy Clarkson wrote all this shit into this. Now, here's the thing. Huge enjoyer of Top Gear. Both of us are. Huge enjoyer of Grand Tour.
Yeah.
That crew is the best crew ever. Those three.
I just saw another really, really cool YouTube channel, VinWiki. They do stories and stuff. They had one of the first Stigs on there, and he was talking
That's
about
cool.
like a lot of that stuff, like the challenge stuff. He goes, it's very real. He goes, it's like not set up.
What challenge stuff?
Like so.
Like the driving.
Yeah, he goes
long
the one.
distances. I believe that.
Yeah, he goes
Sure.
like the one was I was taking public transportation and they were driving.
Yeah,
and it was like we shot a bunch of B-roll because they go, all right, we know where they're at. We don't think they're going to make it in time and stuff. So he's like, we just had to adapt on how we were going to make the narrative play because they weren't going to make it in time, and I was on public transportation.
Right.
I was like, oh,
well,
cool.
and that is that's a very. I mean, they got money. Like that's a real show. Yeah. That wasn't like three dudes on YouTube. That was like a production.
Yeah,
right?
Well, back to the LTT stuff. So it was like they were definitely self-editing to make things either better or worse than
I know,
they
and Top
were.
Gear didn't get in much trouble for this. And they're about to get blown the fuck
happened?
up.
Okay, so Top Gear...
LTT is.
LTT also... This whole thing started because the one guy doing a tour that was filmed goes, we pride ourselves on our like accuracy and analysis,
which is in theory what you should
numbers.
Be good at. Yeah.
You know, we don't cut corners like Steve or. And
they did that.
Steve from Gamers Next and someone else underneath the bus. And
like
this
video?
video came out, and Steve goes, "I'm gonna kill y'all."
Yeah,
they
sure.
Bodied him with that 44-minute video and was like, "These are the areas that I found."
So they started it.
Yeah,
you can't start it.
He goes, I knew about all this. He goes, it did not take me long to find all this information.
That's crazy. Yeah, you can't start it when you're not the good guy.
Because Gamers Next is arguably like probably 2, 3 in the scape.
Oh yeah, you can't start it.
Yeah,
you know when you can start it?
Yeah,
you got nothing to hide. Oh so no, go through our shit.
Also,
talk to our employees.
That guy
right?
probably thought, we're great. We're golden.
Oh, that's fair. That guy may have thought that.
All this stuff.
Fair. And Linus was like, hold my fucking beer.
All the people were like, shut up.
Yeah, Linus, he's a foot is what he is.
And then, the sexual harassment stuff came out.
He seems like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought he was a little weird.
Well, he had to be. He's in tech.
Yeah.
All smart tech people are weird. There's no normal ones.
Yeah.
And he is that. I mean, above whatever else, he is that. Listen, all the gaming companies, all these tech companies, like, because and I mean this with all due respect, most of them are basement dwellers because they have to be.
Jay's 2 cents probably seems like the most normal person. Like, we could probably hang out. He's like
there
really big into cars and stuff. He had like a racing channel that he was doing.
Okay.
So like he seems like a
There's
normal
exceptions.
person. Yeah.
But I worked with a lot of them. There are few exceptions.
Yeah.
Very few, right? Yeah. And so in 13 years, I met myself as an exception and about 2 other people. So the basement dwellers they live a certain life and they interact with women in a certain way because it's just not normal, right? And so what happens is these gaming companies are all dudes.
Yeah.
Blizzard, Riot.
Yep.
They're all dudes. It's all these weird, nerdy, geeky dudes, and they're all really smart and they're very good at what they do. And then they introduce women into their ecosystem and they're like, oh my gosh, it's a fucking boob.
Female. Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what to do. And then they're super weird. Some are fucking creeps. Some are assholes.
Well, it came
some
down,
are great people and they're shy.
It came down to HR. It was like, so Madison, the main girl that like circles around.
Oh, yeah.
It was hey, you have a HR complaint about like sexual harassment with someone. Yeah. Maybe you should just take them out to coffee.
Yeah.
Or like take them out on a date. Yeah. And that was the
fucking... And that will solve it.
Yeah. That was from HR.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, I'm gonna keep talking about this until it's not relevant.
It's bad.
Because it's how
so
much
bad,
LTT
dude.
I've consumed.
I know. That's why I was excited to tell you about it. When I found out, I was like, "Oh, Sean will love this," because I don't watch any LTT, and you always tell me about LTT.
Yeah.
And then I saw on Twitter her just blowing the fucking shit out of this company, and she left, and then was like this and this and this and that, and it was like, holy shit! When one thing like that comes out. Yeah. You know for a fact that that wasn't a one-time incident. Oh, no. It can't be. They're too big and have been doing it for too long.
The one that I was like, what the fuck? Was her saying she gashed her leg open to get a day off. I don't think I know this one.
Oh, I didn't know this one.
Because she was like, it's the only way I could get, like in my mind, it was the only way I could not go to work and not be questioned on my motive of why I'm not going there.
To be injured?
So she had to go get like sutures on her leg
to make it real because it was bad. Holy shit.
No, not to make it real because she actually
but it had to be real.
Yeah. Because like in her mind, it was such a toxic environment.
They're so fucked, dude.
She was like, we asked for like days off and they told us we weren't driven enough. And like this grind mentality was instilled that was like you live at work. It was like there's pictures of people like sleeping under their desk and shit or on their desk.
Some Steve Jobs shit.
Yeah.
Man.
Fuck that. Hey, we're not that.
Linus is rich. I mean,
about to not be.
he'll figure out a way to keep his money. He won't have a business after this, but he'll have his money.
No, they'll survive. I think, honestly,
he can't be a part of that fucking company anymore. Depending on how much shit comes out.
Yeah, depending on how litigation goes, he might have to step away.
He's got good lawyers.
Yeah,
and you know what his good lawyers are gonna say? You're gonna resign. You're gonna resign.
No, what they're gonna do is double down on what he has is
nothing.
you got no proof. That was what it said.
No way,
we have had no complaints against us, so therefore it must be fine.
Sure.
That was the argument.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Which that's not how anything works. Come to find out. Hey, guess what? The first complaint followed up. Bill Cosby didn't have any either, buddy, for a while.
Yeah.
About 30 years. And then one woman complained. And then about 100 more women complained.
Well, arguably for them, the good news is they might have only had about 2 female employees.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if they both come forward, it's
good luck, man.
Gonna be very
just don't be a piece of shit. This comes back to don't do that.
Yeah.
It's so fucking simple. And the worst part is he's on video being like, when you're wrong, you shouldn't be he had like a chicken or when you're wrong, you shouldn't be a chicken. You should own up to your mistakes. It all comes out.
Hey, buy my screwdriver.
Yeah. It all comes out that they fucked up and Linus is like, wouldn't own up to any of it. It was like, oh, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Cause you're doing both things.
Like what you said, I heard it really well recently. It was like, don't do X to someone if you don't want them to do X to you. And
yeah.
it's like
you learn that as a child.
You have to draw that line somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like where you draw that line.
Yeah. You learn that as a kid.
Yeah, maybe.
In elementary school.
Maybe just reel it back and don't be a piece of shit to people and they won't be pieces of shit to you.
Dara, average whiskey drinker on YouTube, Dara.
I did watch that video.
Yeah, it's cool.
I do look very hammered at the end.
Dude, you look fucking...
I am exhausted, though, is what it is.
Yeah.
That was... I was still smoking a cigar on the patio, and it was like...
That was pretty early on at that point.
I don't even think I had that many whiskeys yet, like maybe 1 or 2. Yeah. And that was still early when like Zach was just sitting there.
Yeah.
And it was like...
because when I went over there,
I looked at it and go, I look ham-slammed, and I know I'm just exhausted.
So...
the Red Bull had not kicked in yet.
Dara put out a video for our event, Pours in the Park. Well, Dara had messaged me and she goes, hey, I'm uploading the video. I'm going to send you a link to make sure there's nothing you don't want it. And like, I can take it out if you want.
Rip it.
And I was like, I messaged her back and I said something along the lines of, unless we're assholes, like we don't have anything to hide.
No, if we are assholes, definitely upload it.
Right. Well, but that's the only reason we would need to proof this.
There's Dan
is because
berating people.
Yeah, we did shit that we aren't proud of or something, right? And we managed something in a way that we shouldn't have managed. But it was like, but if we don't do that, then we don't even need to prove it. Yeah. I told her, I was like, she said she was going to premiere it. And I go, I'll just be at the premiere. I don't need to watch shit. Yeah. I'm not worried about anything that happened, you posting any, like, it was one of those things where it was like, if you had to hide shit, then you're very worried about something you had done at the place and time, right? Yeah. And if you didn't, you're not.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that. And like with Linus and them, I can't imagine, because shit hasn't come out clearly. I can't imagine the shit that hasn't come out.
Yeah.
Like, because it started with one thing and clearly there's a lot.
The one that
it was
made
like
me
Riot. Like there was a ton with Riot.
Is she asked for more RAM on her computer because she had to edit red footage, which if you don't know, red is like the pinnacle of photography or cinematography. Yeah. And it is insanely dense as a like format.
Normal computers can't manage it at all. Yeah.
So she asked for more RAM and like kept getting denied. So she went around and someone goes, hey, I have these sticks I'm not using. Threw it in a machine and someone found out and they were mad that they circumvented the process to get her.
Which RAM. They weren't complying with anyways. Like, what the fuck? Why they just hated her? Man, they're shitheads for sure.
Girl.
There's a group of shitheads in that company. Like a good group. Yeah. Like a big
the boys
group
mentality. Yeah. Well, good news. They probably won't be there.
The crazy part is like they're even allowed to have that mentality if they don't interact with people that don't care.
And this is in Canada, mind you. You're supposed to be fucking
Holy
nice, Canada.
Shit, I forgot that he was Canadian. Mm-hmm. Wow, dude, they found the only Canadian assholes.
Yeah. I'm sure there's more.
Damn. I can't believe Linus didn't just throw up a white flag and surrender as soon as shit hit the fan, dude. Fuck. That's crazy. What a piece of shit, dude.
You guys are making Letterkenny look bad, okay?
Letterkenny was already bad.
Whoa, that's a hot take.
Dog shit show.
How dare you? Have you even watched it?
Never.
Okay. You'd love it.
Dude, Okay, I learned as a person. Okay, how many big cities do you think you've been to out of all of them in the United States? The big ones: Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, New York, L.A.
Every state's got one big city.
We'll call it. There's at least 50 big cities. I think you've been to 20 of them.
10.
Yeah,
maybe.
probably something like that. I think out of all of them, I now have a fucking least favorite, and it's Baltimore. It's a shithole, dude.
Been there.
It is a shithole.
You told me you were going to talk
It's
about
the biggest shithole I've ever been to. I've been in bad parts of Louisville at night on accident.
Yeah.
Baltimore in not bad parts, worse. Like fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I've like homeless people everywhere. We gave a homeless woman who was feeding her baby, like breastfeeding her baby. We gave her money. I was like, this is the best thing of all time if you want money. Because who the fuck isn't going to give you money?
Yeah, that'd
now,
be hard.
I will say she was doing a good job because she had candy out front sitting.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can take candy.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was like, Holden, you can pick out, whatever, pick out one or whatever. We gave her $20, one box of fucking $1.
And he was like,
movie theater candy. Yeah, it's
Holden, fuck, man.
And it was still wrapped and everything. So I'm like, we're okay. He's not even going to fucking eat it. But we walked out like dude, the amount of homeless people in Baltimore, wild, crazy. I mean, I know every big city has a lot of homeless people. Baltimore's fucking crazy.
Wild
and
right now.
that makes sense because of the wet.
Yeah.
California always makes sense for that.
Yeah.
It is the nicest climate in theory on the planet.
Like when I see homeless in Detroit, I'm like, it's cold here.
Yeah, you guys are rough.
Yeah.
Because if you're homeless in the north,
I mean, Maryland
you're different.
Also, I mean, same parallel almost. It's cold.
And Baltimore was dirty, dude.
Yeah.
We stayed, because some people are going to be like, you didn't stay in the right place. We stayed in the harbor, which is the harbor was nice.
Yeah.
When we went outside of the harbor, we went to the aquarium, we went to the Children's Museum. Those were in the harbor. Those were nice.
So you looked at the hotel that we stayed at when we went to.
The Sagamore Pendry or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Sagamore thing, that's like a franchise of hotels. So
really?
they have a hotel in New York. They have a hotel in Baltimore. Yeah, I didn't either.
I thought it was affiliated with Sagamore.
And it may be still because it's called the Sagamore. But that's a chain of hotels.
I did not know this.
Holy fucking moly, buddy. I went to book a room because that's where I thought everybody was staying for Jason's meetup.
It is one of the nicest hotels I've been in.
For sure, I agree with that. But my brain just kind of clicked out and went somewhere else for a minute. I thought Jason was like, everybody stay at the Sagamore.
Yeah.
Because it's a Sagamore event.
Yep.
Right? I went, cool, man. Went on, tried to book a room. It was like, hey, you can't use the code online. You got to call. I'm like, no big deal. Call them. Shoot the lady a call. Hey, my name's Dan.
How you doing?
Trying to come to an event. There's a code I'm supposed to use called Sagamore. It's supposed to give me like 10% off. She goes, oh, if you're going to use a code, you got to talk to somebody else. They're not here right now. And I'm like, that's okay. What's a room without the code? It's only 10%.
Yeah.
So for a hotel room for 3 nights.
Yeah.
Let's call that $600. That's $60, right? Is what I'm going to get back.
Yeah.
And if there's almost none left, I'll just pay the $60 to secure the room. Okay?
Hey, buddy, that place is over $500 a night for sure.
A double queen room on a low floor.
Yeah.
Not facing the harbor.
Yeah.
We're talking what they would consider not a good room. Double queen. Very normal hotel room. Double queen. I'm talking to the woman, and she was fucking awesome. Very nice, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, I go, oh, do you have any double queens available? She goes, we have 2 double queens left. I go, I'll just do this with you then. I don't need the code. I won't worry about the code. And she goes, okay. And I go, can you just get me pricing? This is the dates, 3 days. She goes, yep. Comes back and she goes, yeah, if you want to book it. She's like, it's $1,000. I'm like, damn, that's so much money for 3 nights. And I'm sitting there talking to her some more. And I go, man, you know what? I'd use the code on 1,000, right?
Yeah, it's $100.
For sure. It's $100. I'll put it back in my pocket. And so I'm sitting there. I go, well, you know what? Will you give me the number for the code people? Because if it's 1,000, I'll use the code. And she goes, sure, no problem. I completely understand. I'm like, awesome. Before we get off the phone, I go, hey, really quick, do you guys have like studios or anything like that? And she's like, yeah, we got some studios. And I was like, oh, how much are the studios? Because this was our last vacation. Holden started school Monday.
Yep.
This is our last vacation before school. And Ricky had her severance pay. And so I was like, what's the studios? And she goes, let me look. And then I go really quick. I'm just writing stuff down we already talked about. You said it was 1,000 for the 3 nights. She goes, oh, it's 1,049 per night.
Yeah.
And I go,
I thought there's no way it's $300 a day.
I go, and that's for the studios? And she goes, no.
Yeah, that's for your
and I
queen.
go, is that queen? And I go, was that one of the queens in the harbor? And she goes, No. And she goes, it faces the courtyard. And I went, oh,
Yeah.
holy fuck. And then I literally jumped to, why is Jason having people stay here?
Yeah.
This is not affordable. That's a $4,000 3-night trip after fucking parking. Cause they're going to, you know, it's probably only valet, right? And that's $100 a day minimum, right? Holy, mind you, that was a gorgeous hotel.
It was. It's one of the, because we had a harbor room when we stayed there.
We did, which makes me think.
I walked out
holy
onto the
fucking
harbor
shit.
and I looked at everything. I thought, wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is a great
I
little
had no
place.
idea.
Yeah.
Well, then I thought back. It had heated floors in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I forgot about those.
Yeah.
Because I went and looked it up. And yeah, it had an air warmer in the bathroom where it would just heat up like radiant heat in the shower.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, this makes sense. $1,000 a night for a normal fucking hotel room though?
Yeah.
Like not a penthouse,
In
not
New
a...
York, we paid with Gabby's VA discount.
This
it
is
was like-
Baltimore though.
It was like 500 and change. And you know what I looked at?
For a
Someone's
night?
fucking office.
For a night?
We were there for like 5 nights, I think.
No, it was $500 a night though.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh,
That's what it started at.
But
And
that's
I don't
New
know what we
York.
got it with the VA
like
discount.
if you told me
Or
New
it was-
York,
It was before the VA discount. She got like 10 or 15 or 20% off. I don't know what it was.
$1,000 a night in Baltimore.
Wasn't cheap.
Baltimore's a fucking dump, dude.
I woke up and I just looked into someone's office and I watched them design things in
Yeah.
the morning. Just
How
guys
uncomfortable
working
for that guy
Yeah.
or woman or whatever. Like how fucking
I'm
miserable.
looking at an entire building, dude.
Oh, okay.
Like there's
okay.
just building.
I just New York ain't. You know what I've just learned? I just get older, hate cities more.
Yeah.
They're dumb.
Yeah.
I told Ricky, I go,
Yeah.
you want to know why everybody's mad here? I had a woman get out of her car and yell at me one night. Swear to God. There's a car.
You hit her car too?
The traffic, the whole, mind you, this was the worst weekend to be in Baltimore. They had a music event Saturday where they closed roads in Baltimore for.
Oh.
And they had a 3-game home game for the fucking Orioles while we were there. So the whole weekend's a mess,
Yep.
right? And
Chalked.
like, this isn't, I know I'm not in normal Baltimore because it's, come to find, dude, parking one fucking game, Orioles $60, not even near the stadium. And I talked to somebody, I go, $60 parking's wild.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, oh, last year it was 10, but their Orioles are good this year. So they charge whatever they want. He goes, he goes, if you get close to the stadium, $100 parking. Close to the stadium.
That's why parking is so cheap for the Tigers.
Because they're dog shit.
suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but we're driving around. The family's back at the hotel. I went to the bottle share. I'm coming back. So I come back at 2 a.m. It's so busy still. All the roads are full of cars, traffic everywhere because there's so many detours with the road shut down.
Yeah.
So everybody's funneled into 2 to 3 lanes and it's a mess, right? I'm on my way back and normal big city shit. If there were 4 or 5 lanes, this lane is supposed to be a driving lane and people decide to park in it for fun.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And it's not parking. I'm in the lane because I just turned. Well, the woman is around the corner still and can't see the car in front of me that is turned off and parked. And I can't go because it's literally bumper
So
to
she's
bumper
yelling, "Move it."
right next to me.
Yeah.
She gets out of her car and yells at me. She gets out of her car. What the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of the way. You need to move. And I literally roll down my window and I go, there's a fucking car right there. And she just gets back in her car and shuts the door. And I'm like, I'm not even mad. What do you look around you? You're a fucking idiot. All you gotta do is look.
That's the city.
This is the problem with the city. You're not supposed to do this.
Dude, New York, they
hate
use
it.
horns like blankers.
Oh yeah, Baltimore.
It's like, what the
Holden
fuck?
was like, why is everybody honking? I go, city.
Yeah.
You don't want to live here.
They're
This sucks.
upset, and this motion makes them happier.
Yeah, this is stress relief. Each beep is a 10 minus in your blood
It
pressure.
just lets other people know you're stressed out.
We're all
Yeah.
pissed off. Dude, I
And they start
literally
at 7 a.m.
I
in New
literally
York.
we were in there and I was like we were there and I go this is everybody's mad because people aren't supposed to live this way.
because they have to deal with 300,000 other
You're
fucking
not
people.
this is not intention. You're not supposed to do this. Baltimore's got to be bigger than 300,000.
I have no idea.
Detroit's bigger than that.
Detroit's 600 and
Yeah.
like almost.
And
700,
Baltimore's
I think.
way bigger than
They're
Detroit, I
way
think.
down.
But
see.
dude, Baltimore's crime rate
Oh,
top 3 in the country.
yeah.
Top 3.
It's San Francisco got to be now like number 1 right
Detroit's 2, I think. I don't know who number 1 was. It wasn't New York,
now.
which
Hey,
surprised me.
Baltimore population 576,000. Smaller than
Man,
Detroit.
it is a shithole, dude.
Also declining.
Sorry to everybody who thinks it's not a shithole. My experience, it's a shithole. I don't know. That's the second time I've been there. The first time we were there for like 5 minutes. We went to a cool cigar lounge with BT and Brett, and we went to Sagamore on the farm.
Did you go to the same place that we went when we were there?
What?
The Cigar Lounge, that like hidden one?
No. It's with the kiddos and the wife. Jack Rose is in D.C., which is the biggest whiskey bar in the whole country.
You want the top 3 most dangerous cities in the
Detroit
US?
and Baltimore are 2 of them.
Nope.
Yeah, we just
Not
looked
even
it
top
up.
5.
We looked up while we were there.
This one, I have the top 100 most dangerous cities.
Yeah, what's
in the
top
US.
3?
Bessemer,
Oh, this is a different list entirely because that wasn't even on the top 10 of Ricky's list.
Monroe.
What's that? What are these places?
That's in Michigan.
I've never even heard of these places. What's
Saginaw.
the third? Oh, this ain't. I wonder if Ricky's
Memphis.
Ricky's might have been big cities or something. Ricky pulled the list up. 2 and 3 were Detroit, Baltimore.
Another one says Detroit is number 1. Monroe, Louisiana. I'm sorry, that isn't. We also have a Monroe here. I just assumed. This has Memphis, Springfield, St. Louis, Albuquerque.
Memphis on 2 lists, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, Memphis isn't good then if it's on 2 lists.
This one has California is currently the most dangerous state in the U.S.
California? I would not have guessed that. They're barely allowed guns there.
So are we looking at violent crimes or just crime?
Oh, see, I don't know what Ricky looked up. That's a good point. Ricky probably looked up crime rate per population or something.
Violent crime rate per 1,000 residents.
I bet Louisville's up there on that somewhere.
Yeah, Saginaw is pretty high. I don't like that.
I believe that.
That's my county.
Yeah. No, I believe that 100%. Is Flint on there?
No, I think so.
Saginaw's higher than Flint? You guys got a fucking problem, buddy.
I think it's probably because of
it's time
population.
to move. It's time to move.
But I live in BF. I live in a population 700
I know, but you're
village.
trying to get closer.
Freeland.
Dude, the outskirts of Freeland, good place to be.
Yeah, that's where I'd like to be.
Closer to Saginaw.
Unfortunately, I can't afford to live there.
Yeah, nobody can
We
now.
just talked about it. It was like undeveloped land is 10,000 an acre. Around there.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
It's because it's like the weird, quaint little city, right? It's like Midland, but smaller.
Yeah.
Like it's Midland without Dow, you know? Like they don't have it. They're just in
Still
between.
downstream of that bullshit.
But they're pretty.
Yeah.
Like Freeland's a very nice. It's a pretty area.
Good schools.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's
very
going
good
there
schools.
Right now.
So was it Hemlock or Swan Valley? Like there's schools around here that are better.
Yeah.
And the cost of living isn't crazy, which is wild to me. But yeah, I need to say Baltimore, dog shit. Now here's the thing. I told Ricky, I said I don't care to ever stay in Baltimore again. I just don't.
Yeah.
Louisville, there are good Whiskey Row's a blast in Louisville. There's places in Louisville that are nice.
I mean, we'll be back soon.
I'm sure there's places in Baltimore that are nice too. But the harbor was nice, but still so many homeless people in the harbor. And we flew in and out of DC. I've never been to DC before in my life.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
I didn't go in high school. Why?
We flew there once.
No, we flew into Baltimore.
Nope.
Oh, for Whistle Pig.
Yes.
We
had
didn't
a
fly. We
layover.
flew into the other one. There's
flew
2
into DC.
airports. Yeah, there's 2 in DC.
Yeah.
There's Reagan and then there's DC National or something
Okay.
like that.
I was gonna say we flew into one of the airports
Yes.
when we went to Whistle Pig.
Yep.
It's the only time I've ever
This
been to DC
airport, which was the Reagan one, because the airport we flew into for Whistle Pig was really cool.
Yeah.
I remember liking that airport.
It was a small little airport.
Yes.
But we had to run.
Yes. We flew into Reagan this time, which was not anywhere near as quaint and like cool and cute or whatever.
Just big.
It was just a bigger airport, but a nice airport. But anyways, so we fly into Reagan and we came back to DC the night before because traffic's so wild in DC. It's the wildest traffic I've ever seen except LA. I've never seen traffic like that except LA.
Yeah.
And so we came back to DC because Ricky wanted to see the Washington Monument, the White House, the history shit,
That's
the
fair.
silly shit.
Yeah.
And come to find out, it was so
The
cool.
silly shit?
Yeah, I thought it was all going to be really
Brother.
dumb, buddy.
You're talking about the foundation of our entire country.
I know, and I don't feel like it's going very well right now.
It's
so
not.
yeah,
I mean, it's still a
shit
dumpster
show.
fire.
Yeah,
but it's still.
it's like it's just. But here's the thing, DC. I would 1,000% go to DC and stay there. I loved it in DC.
It
was
I'm
amazing.
gonna have to look this up. Who do you think was the first president in the White
George
House?
Washington.
Nope.
Oh,
definitely.
Oh no, I said that before you said White House.
Yeah.
You said first president. I got it in. That means I'm a historian. First president in the White House was John Adams.
No, that's way too early.
First
there were two
president
John Adams,
in the
so.
Well, you don't know which one I'm talking about. Then it's whichever one was in the White House.
They
First.
were third and fifth, and I'm pretty sure that's still wildly too early.
First, it's a president I've never heard of. It's 100% a president I don't know the name of.
It's got to be like because I don't even know if Lincoln was in there, and he was like the 15th.
He was that late. If you should ask me that question.
Yeah.
I said 5th.
I honestly don't know. I'm going to guess whoever was like 18th.
We went and saw the Thomas Jefferson Monument or Memorial. That was so cool.
You know what?
What?
You were right.
I was.
It's John Adams.
I know.
Which one?
The 5th one.
Probably.
Yeah. I know. I was right. I don't want to tell you how I knew that, but I did know that.
It was built in the 1800s.
I didn't know that. No.
Holy.
I don't know dates on any of this shit.
I really thought it was going to be a lot later.
Want to know how I knew it?
How do you know it?
I watched a YouTube short where a guy walked around a college campus and asked that question.
Are you
Only
serious?
one person got it right.
God damn. I would not get that right. I honestly would figure it's way later. That building's old as shit.
Yeah, I mean, mind you, I didn't know when he lived or died. I didn't know he was the 5th president.
Yeah.
But when you said 3rd or 5th, I'm like, it's got to be the latest one.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
How
long could you be president then, you think? 100 years?
No.
Was it 4 then, too? Have we kept that? I mean, we keep shit for a long time here.
This is going to be really bad because I don't know all the answers to this one for sure.
You don't think it was 4 off the rip?
It wasn't. Well, 8 is what you can be right now.
Right. I'm sorry. A term is 4. What was their term then? I guess
Still 4.
Okay.
But there weren't term limits set until way later.
Okay. I wonder how long George Washington was the president for. I think he had to be a piece of shit, right?
It is so much later than you think. Me as well. I mean,
when they were set, when the term limits were set.
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, I know that Washington turned it down. They wanted him to be president again, and he
for
was
longer.
like, no.
Okay.
When ballpark me when you think
buddy,
it would be.
Yeah, fucking right. 1872.
1951.
Okay. Holy moly!
Like, not that long ago.
Wait,
Amendment
when was George
22.
Washington? Was he our first president in 1776?
Yes.
Holy shit! We took our time on that.
Yeah. It established term limits on those elected president and outlines an accompanying series of stipulations regarding eligibility, succession for unfinished presidential terms.
That's actually wild.
22. Hey, buddy, that was after Prohibition. That's 21.
Yeah, like that's
That
we know
abolished
people
Prohibition.
alive
Yeah.
when that happened.
18 and 21.
Like
yeah,
we knew people
1951.
alive then.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's actually pretty wild. For
Man,
real.
I know I don't know history, but some of these dates
Yeah,
are
that's
very
actually
shocking
wild
to me.
I don't know shit about it.
51?
I will say the Jefferson Memorial, super cool. So cool. Humongous.
You go to the Lincoln?
Nope. We didn't have time.
Washington Monument?
So this is, how long are we in? Okay. I'll make this story really quick. You
go to the reflection ponds at all?
No, we could see them from the Jefferson Memorial.
Just ticked over 60 years since the March in Washington.
Oh, really?
Oh, shit. MLK's, I can't fucking talk anymore. Speech.
Okay.
I have a dream speech.
Damn. 60 years?
60
That's
years.
wild. So we stayed right next to the Reagan Airport because we had to get up really early and go back to it. And because the traffic, it was like, let's skip the traffic. We stayed at the airport, the closest to it, basically. And so it was a 15-minute walk from the hotel to the airport. Like that's how close we were. So it was like a 2-minute drive, literally, right? So Ricky goes, well, when we get down there, I'd love to go see the monument, the a memorial or the White House, whatever. And so we get down there and I'm like, cool, we'll just walk when we get there. We'll come to find out that's like 4 miles.
Yeah.
Right. Well, come to find out I have an 8 and a 3-year-old that's a long ways. It's a long ways for me.
Yeah.
Right. So we leave.
I like how you're throwing your kids under the bus. Like, yeah, they're going to be the issue.
Well, this is the problem. I have to carry them the whole way.
100%.
So
at least one of them.
Luna's on my shoulders, right?
Yeah.
We're not quite halfway there. We're 40 minutes into our walk. It took us 2.5 hours to walk there about. And so Luna's on my shoulders.
Can you walk slow?
3 and 8-year-old buddy.
Yeah.
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 Very hot.
Oh, yeah.
90 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do her.
Yep. And mind you, this is our 3rd day of vacation. Every day we have done an aquarium, a museum,
there's a lot out there.
Walking around. Everything's a physical activity. We're just walking everywhere, right? So that day we had already done the whole Baltimore Aquarium, which is just walking for 3 or 4 hours. So we are walking, and Ricky realizes how far away it is after a 40-minute walk, and she goes, "Let's just turn around." And I'm like, we're not turning around.
We get an Uber.
We're not turning around. Luna's 3. She needs a car seat.
Yeah.
It's not as
hold her tight.
So you can't do that. It's not as simple as that. So
hold her real tight.
This is the problem. as we were going to do scooters or bikes,
Yeah.
well, you can't have the kiddos on those either.
Because they probably don't have any kid seat ones.
Nope.
Yeah.
And it was like, motherfucker, it's so hard to travel like this. Like short distances. We can't taxi, we can't Uber, whatever. So I told Ricky, I'm like, we're walking there. We'll figure out a way to get back. We're going to walk there because this is what you wanted to do. We're going to go see it. Holden's like, I can't walk. He's being drunk. He's being me, whatever. So I get it. So I put Luna down. As soon as I put Luna down, Ricky picks her up. Holden's like, I need you to carry me. Holden's 80 pounds right now. I put Holden on my shoulders. I walk with him at least 30 to 40 minutes. We see a big field where you can stop and the airplanes fly right over your head because they land at Reagan.
Picture.
Beautiful, so cool for
you.
real. It was so cool. No, there was a snow cone truck and the kids wanted snow cones. It was like, this is perfect.
And you go, hey,
you guys can sit
lock
down.
Me in your freezer?
Dude, I refused to complain because I was like, listen, we're going to do this. We're going to have it. Me and Luna were partying. Luna's up right on my shoulders. We're running around. She's laughing. I'm laughing. I was like, why don't we just have a good time? It's a nice walk. It was beautiful. Yeah. The trails in DC that they've like laid out for people are fucking immaculate.
Yeah.
It was the nicest big city I've ever been to now is DC. And so we're walking. Most
expensive place.
We're having,
to live ever.
Which makes sense because it's so nice. You can tell that it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, buddy, we were walking around at night. There were women by themselves jogging. Their families walking around. It's 9:30. Like it's clearly safe. Very clearly people felt safe, right? So in Baltimore,
not Baltimore vibes.
I didn't see a single woman running by herself. And if she was, it was from someone else. Like there was no families out at night in Baltimore. Not one, dude.
No.
And so it was so cool. Eventually we get there. It took 17 hours. We get up to the Washington Memorial and I'm like, I find out you can Uber car seat. There's a new service under Uber. What? Yeah, guess what? Super fucking cool. No matter what, it said, because it shows you on the map where the cars are, 6 minutes away. That's fucking.
There's a million.
That's fucking beautiful. We're in DC. There's Uber. I mean, it's Uber city, right?
I'm surprised you got one with a driver, like
right,
autonomous cars. Here we go.
So I'm like, and mind you, this is only 4 miles. So from an Uber trip, if there's no traffic and there wasn't at the time, it was literally like a 5 minute, 8 minute car ride out of whatever it is, right?
$50, huh?
Well, no, I was willing to pay it.
Yeah.
It's a 2 hour walk back, and it's nighttime. So I'm like,
you
Uber car seat, cool.
Kids. Yeah.
Uber car seat, no matter how close the available driver is to you, has to be scheduled 30 minutes ahead of time. Has to. That is a rule.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, fuck you. Because if I don't need Uber car seat, and one's with Uber car seat around the map, it says Uber car seat 6 minutes away. And then when you click it, it says select time for pickup. And I go, 6 minutes. And it goes, has to be 30.
36 minutes, bitch.
Hey, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
Just tell them to come over here. Give me their phone. I'll call them.
Now you know that for future.
The problem is when you're walking, you don't know where you're going to be in 30 minutes with two little kids. If me and Ricky were planning it, it was like, yeah, we can be that place in 30 minutes.
Like when you're done, like with whatever activity,
then you have to
like,
sit
hey,
somewhere.
we've got to be done at 4 o'clock because that's when the Uber's going to be.
Yeah, we're trying to visit sites, right? If you and me are sitting at a bar, well, we can schedule an Uber 30 minutes away. That's not a problem. Yeah. If me and you are walking around a city, that's way more difficult. I don't know how long it takes to walk everywhere in DC, right? Anyways, fuck Uber car seat was the point of that story. But cool idea, shit execution. Now, what ended up happening, which ended up literally being both of the kids' favorite part of the trip.
It's 4:30.
Hypothetically.
It's 4:32. My wife's calling me.
Hypothetically.
Here, I'm gonna answer this real quick.
Okay. Hypothetically, because like you're not supposed to. But hypothetically.
Go ahead.
I rented a bike. Mm-hmm. I rode that bitch back.
Okay.
Electric bike.
Yeah.
With Luna on it.
I got that.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Where'd you put
it? At nighttime. 10 o'clock.
Handlebars?
10 o'clock at night. So they're different because it's DC. There's 7 companies. There's Bird, Lime, fucking VO, Skid or something.
Yep.
Ricky got a scooter and Holden stood on the front with her.
Yep.
And then I got a bike in these VO bikes.
Hey, bro, put your hands right here, real close to the stem. We're good.
Yeah. And he's partying. He loved it.
Don't get wild with it.
And they have all of these things have headlights on them. We got these VO bikes. The VO is the coolest bike. So the VO bike has a long and wide seat, almost like a double motorcycle seat that you see on like a Harley.
Oh, so she could like sit on the seat and put her feet right on the frame?
Well, the cool thing is the VO frame is the only frame that's wide like a scooter on the bottom. Oh. So she was standing up. She'd sit down. She'd stand up. She's holding on to the handlebars.
Yep.
I was like, this is the VO bike was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like I 100% vouch. VO over Uber car seat is crazy. We got back the next day. We're like, what was everybody's favorite part of the trip? Whatever. Both kids, the fucking trip back. And I go, those trips cost us $22.
Yeah.
We spent thousands of dollars on this trip.
Yeah.
We went to Medieval Nights and went to dinner. $400 dinner. Food. Very normal fucking food, buddy.
Yeah.
You and me could go to Costco right now. We could prepare a significantly better dinner. For $50.
To me?
45? Yeah, no, I'm gonna feed you whiskey. I'm gonna get you drinks. I'm gonna get you.
We got to do one of these episodes cooking.
Cooking?
Yeah.
We need a kitchen. That's the problem. We need a kitchen.
We own
has
kitchen.
to be set up correct.
We own kitchen.
Everybody's stove is placed against a wall. That Medieval Night shit was cool as fuck, though, dude.
We could do it in your kitchen.
I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but it was so cool.
We could do it in your kitchen.
No. There's an island. We need like a stove in the island. That's what we need.
Yeah.
We could just get a blacktop and put it on the island, actually.
I got one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a smaller one, like a countertop.
You talking like
I got
black
an
stone?
air fryer.
Yeah.
It could be a black stone. Yeah, but like a black top that would fit on an island, though.
Black stone. You keep saying
They're
black
called
top.
black tops, dude.
No, it's called black stone.
What's the other? Okay. What is the type? A grill. A Traeger's a smoker, right?
Yeah.
A Blackstone's a black top.
It's a flat top.
Fuck,
grill.
that's what I'm thinking. Damn it, dude. It's black and it's flat. I knew the top part. That's shitty.
I was like, black
Who
top
would have known?
is what they call asphalt.
Oh, yeah. That's what. Yeah. Well, it had top in it. I was close. I was super close, dude.
All right, we're gonna end this.
Yep.
It's been too long.
Cheers.
We'll
Thanks
come
for
back
watching.
another episode.
Yeah.
Maybe in a week we'll actually get this out. And not be doing every other week. If my basement didn't flood last week, we'd have done one last week.
Yeah. We were supposed to shoot Wednesday and your basement flooded.
Well,
that fucked up the whole
said,
week.
hey, bad news.
Yeah.
Not going to be over
That
today.
fucked up the week a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
Content wise.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. Like, comment, subscribe.
Cheers, everybody.
In an hour, I'll say that.
Yeah. We should tell everybody it's on Apple and Google and Spotify at the beginning. No. That would make a lot of sense.
No. See you guys never.
See ya.